This is a mic check. This is a mic check from Mather Park on the campus of Case Western Reserve University for today's Division III NCAA Cleveland Regional Softball Tournament. This is a mic check. 4 teams here. Case Western Reserve, the home team, the host school, the Calvin Knights, the Penn State Barron Lions, and Dominican University. This is a mic check from Mather Park on the campus of Case Western Reserve University. Testing 1, 2, 3. I can't hear myself at all. This? Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hi, everybody. This is about the level I'll talk at. Okay. A hello and a big welcome to everyone listening online today for the Cleveland Regional, the Division III Softball Regional Championship hosted by Case Western Reserve University here at Mather Park. It is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday afternoon for two games today. The host school, the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University, in the field right now, and they will play the Lions of Penn State Behrend in today's first game. And then Calvin against Dominican in today's second game, set to have the first pitch at 2 o'clock. Let's take a look at today's lineup. The first game, Penn State Behrend comes into the NCAA tournament, 33 wins and 8 losses on the year. They are here as champions of the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference. They were 18-0 in conference play, and they are here today on an 18-game win streak. Their challenge today will be the number 7 ranked team in the country and the number 1 seed in this Cleveland Regional, the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University. Case Western 34-6 on the year. They won the University Athletic Association with a 16-4 record, getting the automatic bid to this now their third straight NCAA tournament and 5th in program history. Lexi Miskey is on the mound today for the Spartans. She's in the circle. And at the plate for Penn State Behrend, Maria Jones. First pitch from Miskey is outside for ball 1. Miskey is a record holder here at Case Western Reserve University. In the circle, and now just her third season, not even done with her third season, she is the career leader, program leader in strikeouts. And we'll get to more on that in a second. Second pitch from Miskey to Jones is low for ball 2. A week ago, in game 1 of a doubleheader sweep over the University of Chicago, Miskey, with her second strikeout of the game, became the career leader in strikeouts with 522, and she's just a junior. Miskey's 2-0 offering is down the right field line, and it's just foul as Nia Durham is over to get it. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jones. Jones on the season for the Lions is hitting .387. That puts her second on the team this year in batting average. She leads the team in doubles with 18 and runs scored with 45. And she's facing Miskey now, up in the count 2-1. Mariah Jones was one of 6 Lions who were named first team Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference. 6. They had 6 first-teamers. There's only 9 in the field. So it's almost a complete Lion lineup. The 2-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. Both Calvin and Dominican players from each team are in the stands right now watching game 1. The winner of this one will play the winner of game 2 tomorrow. Full count pitch, it's ball 4 for Miskey. So Lexi a little amped up to start this softball game, walks Jones.
Now batting, number 24, Megan.
Maria Jones has now walked 9 times. That leads the team along with her teammate, Megan Petit, who's at the plate now. Going over the pronunciations with Penn State Behrend before the game, I asked their head coach if Megan Petit, if it was pronounced Pettit, because it's spelled just like the Yankee great left-handed pitcher Andy Pettit. But it's pronounced Petit. And that's high for ball 1. So Miskey struggling a little bit to start this game. Counts even at 1. Jones, who is on first base, leads the team in stolen bases. She has 12 on the year. She's only been caught once. Petit at the plate was her conference, the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference's Player of the Year. Bunt foul. Miskie's now up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I think that says something about, initially in the first inning, the respect that the Lions have for the ability of Miskie to shut down opposing hitters, because if you're going to bunt the Player of the Year to move a runner into scoring position in the first inning, that means you think that the runs are going to be at a premium. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the top half of the first here from Mather Park. Game 1 of a 3-day Division III Cleveland Regional. Petite little floater, and that's Potts. Strong throw, double play. Boy, caught sleeping was Mariah Jones. And Jones just got doubled up. How about the arm on the first-year player, Karen Potts?
Now batting, number 6, Jocelyn McNanny.
Heads-up play by Potts. Jones is in the dugout now talking to herself, no doubt. 2 outs. Top of the first. This is Jocelyn McNanny. And the second time in the inning that Miskie has hit the backstop. I've said it before, you never want opposing hitters to get too comfortable at the plate. And every now and then you just need to fire one off the backstop. 1 ball, no strike. High and away, ball 2. If there is one thing that over her career here at Case Western that has bothered Miskie a little, not a lot, but a little, is every now and then she runs into control problems. 2-0 pitch is fouled back. Lexi on the year, and this is what I mean by a little, not a lot. This is her 135th inning, and she's walked only 59 batters. Two balls, 1 strike. McNanny at the plate, and that's a changeup for strike 2. If there's any difference in Lexi Miskie's approach in the circle this year as opposed to her first 2, it's that pitch right there, the changeup. She has really developed that into a strength for her this season. And there's the high heat to get the strikeout to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. There was a double play involved, and we head to the bottom of the first. Spartans coming to bat.
Do you plan to play college sports?
Spartans coming to bat here in the bottom half of the first. Let's set that Penn State Lion defense for you. From left to right, Megan Petit, the sophomores in left field. Sierra Williams, the juniors in center. Brittany Shaw, a senior, she's in right field. In the infield from third to first, Emmy Curcio, the seniors at the hot spot, third base. Kayla Salvini, a senior's at shortstop. Freshman, second baseman Mariah Jones. And then Jocelyn McNanny is the junior first baseman. In the circle, it's Abby Tingley. And behind the plate, it's Alexia Brown. Tingley, a sophomore. The 1-0 offering, and it's a solid base hit to right field. Play at first, and Karen Potts beats it out. Potts hit that ball so hard, it took a nice high fielding hop to Brittany Shaw. They had a play at first base, but Potts is on with a solid single. Karen Potts. She has announced her presence with authority. This her first year for the Spartans. Leads the team in hitting. So Stevie Rieger at the plate, and this is a change for Coach Josie Henry. Typically, Kai Gross hits in the 2 slot. Kai Gross has been smoking hot at the plate, and she has been dropped to the 3 hole, typically reserved for your best hitter. Rieger's been moved up. Rieger has most of the season bounced between the 4 and 5 hit slot, the power spot. So Stevie's now hitting 2 and Kai Gross is hitting 3. 2-0 pitch. Potts was running on it. Tingley in the circle is one of the coaching staff for the Lions referred to as 2 number 1s on their team. Abby Tingley and Kayla Lindberg, 2 number 1 pitchers. Tingley's got 125 innings pitched. Lindberg's with 117. Tingley with 18 wins. Lindberg with 15. And that's a long foul off the bat of Stevie Rieger. We'll see Tingley first. And if things go in the favor of the Lions, Tingley will be the only pitcher we see this afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ground ball, base hit into center field. Rieger patient at the plate. Just went where the pitch was thrown and hits the single to center. So here's Kai Gross. Kai on the season is hitting .408. Leads the team in runs batted in, leads the team in home runs, leads the team in doubles. She's got 8 home runs this year. And her first pitch is low and away. Little flare over the shortstop's head, and it will fall into shallow left field. So when things are going good and Kai's kind of chuckling at first base, you get flares like that for a base hit. So if Case Western wants to make a statement to start the game against a team who comes in on an 18-game win streak, they are well on their way. Bases loaded, nobody out. The third base umpire, who, by the way, is the umpire chief, Todrick Davis, had called for the conference. Todrick's looking up to the press box, and Denny Vuza, who's the 4th umpire, is heading down to talk to Todrick Davis, and they're going to bring in, they're looking, I think, at some sort of reflection. There must be something reflecting off of a structure here at Mather Park that's affecting either an outfielder or maybe they're talking about the drone that was going to fly. Could be. Whatever they're talking about, it has been shelved for the moment. This is Biz Berry at the plate. First pitch to Biz is low for ball one. The umpires for game one, behind the plate, it's Jason Booth. Told you about Todrick Davis, the third base umpire and the umpire chief. And then at first base, it's David Berry. The 1-0 pitch, fly ball right field. Shallow right, coming in for it, catching it in foul territory. The throw at the plate, and sliding safely is Karen Potts. So a nice throw out there from Brittany Shaw, but Potts, with the one-handed slide, is safely for the first run. So Berry with the sac fly. It gives Biz her RBI. Everybody tagged and advanced. Rieger's at third, and Gross is now on at second base. This is Bella Russo at the plate. Russo, the left-handed hitting junior first baseman. No balls, one strike on Russo. Counts even at one. Bella on the year. The Spartans have played in 40 games. She started all 40. She has been a mainstay in Coach Henry's lineup since she was a first-year player here. Fouled back for strike two. Bella's hitting .349. 37 hits and 106 at-bats this year. Tempting but high, counts even at 2. Russo has 23 runs batted in. And a base hit here could score 2 more. Low and outside, count is now full. It's the bottom of the first. Penn State went 3 up, 3 down in the top half. A double play helped that. Case Western has led off their at-bat in the first inning. 3 straight hits, and then the sac fly by Biz Berry to make the game a 1-0 Spartan lead. Full count pitch, fouled back again. Real nice crowd here on hand at Mather Park for the high noon game on Thursday afternoon. The Stars of Dominican will play the Knights of Calvin College. That's next. Full count pitch, inside, called strike 3. Boy, that is a beautiful pitch by Abby Tingley. I mean, that was placed perfectly. That's a huge out for Tingley. With runners at second and third and only 1 out, she gets a strikeout against the veteran Russo. This is Kayla Nutter. Nutter, the DP today for Coach Henry. Senior. Has power. As a matter of fact, every time we broadcast a home softball game, Kayla seems to hit a home run. The 1-1 pitch, low for ball 2. Alexia Brown, the sophomore catcher, behind the plate for the Lions. Outside corner for strike. Count is now even. Nutter on the year has 6 hits, 3 of which are home runs. The 2-2 pitch. Abby Tingley has fought back after giving up 3 straight hits to start this inning. Got a fly out and a strikeout. Looking for one more. And it's ball 4. So Nutter's on at first, and that will bring to the plate the Spartan catcher, Caitlin Lamb. Two outs, everybody's running when the ball's hit. Lamb up the middle, little flare again, falls shallow center, and the throw's cut off. Lamb's 2-out single scores 2 Spartans. Caitlin Lamb, first pitch hitting. That was Rieger and Gross that scored, and Nutter's on at second base. That's a huge hit for Caitlin Lamb. Abby Tingley had done a real nice job in the circle, battling back after 3 straight hits, but that 2-out, 2-run single really hurts. Tingley has been so good this year that she was the pitcher of the year in the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference. Her stats are outstanding. Her earned run average, she is giving up just 1.06. That's her earned run average. But the first inning has not been her friend here against the Spartans. Another veteran at the plate, senior Jagoda Bella. Little slap, third base, nice play. Amy Curcio across the field. Curcio, the third baseman, and the inning's over. But the Spartans score 3 times on 4 hits. They leave 2 on. We head to the top of the second. It's 3-0 Case Western. Top half of the second, the Lions come to bat, down 3 runs. Sierra Williams will lead off the inning. Sierra, the junior center fielder, hitting cleanup. Miskie's first pitch is fouled back. Williams on the year, solid player for head coach Ashley Gruber. In 41 games, Sierra has started all 41, hitting .310. The 0-1 pitch, a little high, it's ball 1. Sierra is from Grove City, Pennsylvania. She was second team all Allegheny Mountain Conference. Miskie's up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miskie in that first inning walked Maria Jones to lead the game off. And then Megan Petit, the number 2 hitter, the top hitter on the team, hit a soft little line drive to Karen Potts at short. And that's a solid line drive over Potts. So Williams will lead off the inning with a base hit to left center field. First hit of the game for Penn State Barron. Brings to bat number 10. This is Kayla Salvini. Kayla's the senior shortstop. And another one of those first team all-conference players. 6 first teamers, 1 second teamer. They didn't leave much for anybody else. Gerber was coach of the year. Ashley's coaching at third base. Talking to her hitter right now, Salvini. Speaking of Ashley Gruber, the Lions head coach, she has led this program since 2014, and in that time, Penn State Barron has won 5 Allegheny Mountain Conference championships. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 5 appearances in the NCAA tournament, and 3 trips to the ECAC tournament. So Gruber's been very, very successful. Her team on an 18-game win streak. Counts even on Salvini. At Spartan infield, you've got Biz Berry, the sophomore, at third base. A first-year player, Karen Potts, at short. Kai Gross, the senior, at second. And Russo Bella, the junior, at first. Here comes the pitch. And it's swung on and missed. Second strikeout in 2 innings for Lexi Miskey.
Now batting, number 22, Julia Jones.
This is Julia Jones, the DP in Coach Gruber's lineup. Julia, just a freshman, cracking the lineup of a team that's won 33 of the 41 games they've played. Miskey got Jones to chase. Lexi's got a lot of batters to chase this year. In 130, well, this is now her 136th inning. She has struck out 180 opposing batters. Two-one pitch is fouled back. That fastball just came in on the hands of Jones as she squared to bunt it. Two balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Here comes the pitch from Miskey. And that's swung on and missed. Throw down to second, and it's a double play to end the inning. Lamb the Potts after a Miskey strikeout. Spartans with smiles on their faces. They head to the bottom of the second, up 3-0. In case you're scoring at home, that is 2 double plays in the first 2 innings for the Spartans defensively. The first inning, it went from a little flare to short, doubling up a runner at first. And then you just saw the strike him out, throw him out, double play that ended the second. This is Durham, the number 9 hitter. Little flare, floater, dropped by the shortstop. Durham with speed. How about that? The freshman out of the box, Nyla, was not going to be denied. She knew that that was a tough play. 1, back in the shallow grass of left field. 2, straight up in the sky on a high noon start today, so that sun is directly above Salvini, the shortstop. And Durham knew it would be a tough play, and she was sprinting from the get-go, and she's on with a double. A sun double, as Fast Eddie Karakas has labeled it, the sports information director here at Case Western, and also the official scorer. Top of the order now up for the Spartans. This is Potts. Potts has been involved in both double plays. Karen caught the little soft liner, threw across the field to her teammate at first for the double play, and then caught the throwdown from Lamb on the strike him out steal. If there's a national freshman of the year, and Eddie is there, I think Potts is in the running. She has got to be considered. First-year player for the Spartans. Started at shortstop in all 40 games. Counts now 3-1. Leads the team in hitting, 422. Leads the team with base hits with 54. Leads the team in runs scored with 43. Leads the team in walks with 19. 1 hopper to the second baseman. And Potts is out at first. So Durham moves to third, and Rieger steps into the right-handed batter's box. Stevie in her first at bat, solid single up the middle. Rieger was one of 3 Spartans that scored in that bottom of the first inning. Stevie Rieger liked that pitch. As I said in the first at bat, Stevie is a power hitter in Coach Henry's lineup, and Josie has moved her into the 2 slot specifically to get Kai Gross into the 3 hole, because Gross has been just, nobody's been able to get Kai out. Changeup got Rieger to pop up to second base, and Durham is still at third base. It's a real nice pitch from Abby Tingley. So it's up to Gross. And if you want to put the bat in the hands of somebody when you need a big hit this year, I think it's the Spartan at the plate, and she does. That's a double, maybe a triple down the right field line. Kai's going to look at second. She's going to round second, go to third. The cutoff throw missed the cutoff, and Kai's into third with a stand-up triple. I mean, Kai is just, she's unstoppable. She had 6 hits in the Sunday game against Chicago. 6 RBI. She's 2 for 2 so far this afternoon. Back to the pitcher, and that will end the inning. Tingley over to McNanny. Spartans get another run on a 2-out triple from the senior Gross. We head to the top of the third. It's 4-0 Case Western. Top of the third for the Lions with some work to do. Lexi Miskey is in the circle, and so far she is pitching a shutout. Miskey has faced the minimum. And it's an interesting way that she's faced the minimum. She has a walk and has given up a base hit, but she's only faced 6 batters. That's because the Spartans defensively have helped her with 2 double plays. This is Curcio at the plate. Counts even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Emmy Curcio, the senior third baseman in Coach Gruber's lineup. Emmy on the year hitting .250. She's pretty good when it comes to extra base hits. She has 9 extra base hits this year in her 24 hits. 7 doubles, 2 triples. Kind of a little like the Spartan version of Kayla Nutter. Half of Nutter's hits are home runs. Miskey with that tempting rise ball that Curcio just looked at. Counts even at 2. Nobody in the history of Case Western softball has struck out more opposing batters than the person in the circle right now, Lexi Miskey. And she's got hopefully a lot more games left this spring and all of next year. Curcio will live to swing again. Count stays full. Curcio the first batter of the top of the third. Spartans up 4-0. This is game 1 of 2 today. Calvin will play Dominican. That game slated to start at 2. And then 3 games tomorrow. The winners of the 2 games today will play at 11 o'clock, and then the people fighting to stay alive will play in the 2 playback games. And that's a swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Miskey. That's her 3rd in a row.
Now batting, number 12, Alexia Brown.
That brings to the plate the catcher, Alexia Brown. She's just a sophomore, Eddie. Fast Eddie Kirikas, I bet, does not know the voice that I just tried to impersonate. Who? He thought it was an Animal House. No. And she's just a sophomore. Except this announcer, it's Keith Jackson. That is correct. Fast Eddie was Fast Eddie isn't old enough to remember Keith Jackson. Do you know who Howard Cosell is, Fast Eddie? You've heard the name. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that's strike 3. Miskey is on a roll. That is 4 strikeouts in a row, and it's actually 5 of the last 6 batters Miskey has struck out.
Now batting, number 11, Brittany Shaw.
So Brittany Shaw is now up. Shaw, the right fielder. High for ball 1. Miskey trying to win her 21st game of the season. She is 20-3. Her junior teammate, Kylie Hosey, is 13-1 in the circle. Miskey's feeling it. When a pitcher starts to feel confident in what they're doing, they just get the ball and they go. And here comes Miskey's next pitch. And it's strike 2. Lexi almost has a smile on her face as she throws the ball. Now, she is in general a very happy person. You'll see her skipping all over the field most of the time. going for her 5th strikeout in a row. Here comes the pitch. And not offering is Brittany Shaw. Well, that's the tempting pitch for Miskey. I mean, she can bring it. And then she throws that rise ball when she's up in the count 0-2-1-2. And she'll get a lot of strikeouts that way. Hosey, exact opposite, throws that changeup at any pitch. And there's strikeout number 5 in a row. Lexi Miskey has struck out 5 straight. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Spartans up 4.
Did you know?
Spartan baseball coach Matt Englander in the press box now. He'll be making a cheeseburger run for all of us very shortly. Matt's baseball team is in the NCAA regional tournament. Spartans are hosting. They start tomorrow, 10 a.m. over at the Knob. Good luck to the baseball team and Coach Matt Englander. This is Bella Russo leading off the bottom half of the 3rd for the Spartans. Russo, the junior first baseman. Bella struck out looking in her first at bat. Abby Tingley threw a pitch that rode in underneath the hands of Russo and was just absolutely unhittable. Russo now up in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. If you look at what Tingley's done this year, in 100 and now this is her 3rd inning today, so 128 innings pitched. She has struck out 91. And there's her first walk of the afternoon. She's only walked, Abby Tingley, listen to this, in 128 innings. With that walk right there, that's only her 15th walk of the year. That is not a lot of walks. And that's why Fast Eddie Karakas is the best analyst in Division III softball with observations like that. So Nutter's out, but Russo's now on at second and in scoring position for Caitlin Lamb. Caitlin Lamb had a big hit in her first at bat. First inning when the Spartans sent 8 to the plate. Caitlin had a 2-out single that scored 2 runs. And then it was Kai Gross lasting with 2-out triple. Lamb way out in front of that one. Count in favor of the pitcher. Tingley's up 0-2. Do you think Matt Englander is going to bring onion rings with the cheeseburgers that he's going to get us? We can only hope. And there's a strikeout. So there's the... Tingley's just a sophomore, but she pitches and handles her, just a mental approach like a seasoned veteran. She does not get shaken up much. Jagoda, the senior, at the plate. Kella grounded out to third in her first at bat. Spartans up 4-0. Bottom of the third, game one of a 3-day Cleveland NCAA regional tournament. If Case Western can win today, they'll play tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Jagoda on the year, 40 games, 40 starts. Center field, she's a vacuum cleaner out there. She saves runs. She's like having a big RBI hitter at the plate, but flip it defensively. So where the hitter knocks in runs, Kella defensively saves runs. Her value, although she's a fine hitter, her real value to this team, Josie Henry's team, is with her defensive play in center field. 3-1 pitch. Count's now full. They're going to miss Jagoda. I'm looking at my partner, Fast Eddie Karakas. Do they have someone to play center field? Will it be Otto Pennica, the Hall of Famer? Otto, how much college eligibility do you have left? Got a whole bunch. He never played. So Pennica could be in center field next year. Is there an age limit, TJ, to college eligibility? I mean, Otto is, how old are you, Otto? 70. And Jagoda swings and fouls one off. Count stays full. The NIL money that Otto Pennica would bring in could be record-setting in Division III. Otto is as famous in Cleveland as, well, LeBron James. Jagoda, that's going to be a tough out. And they're going to call Kella out. They're going to say she was out of the box when she hit that ball, so that'll end the inning. Johnny on the spot was the home plate umpire. And that's Jason Booth. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Maria Jones has been a great success story this year for the Lions. She missed all of last year with a torn ACL. Had surgery on it and is back in the starting lineup and doing just fine, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, she has had surgery on both of her knees with ACL injuries. Her second year, 2 seasons ago in 2022, she was first team All-Mountain Collegiate Conference. Jones with a pop fly. That's Durham, the first-year player, in right field for the first out of the inning. And that ends a streak of 5 straight strikeouts by Alexi Miskey. Megan Petit is back at the plate. Petit, the number 2 hitter. Petit, the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference Player of the Year. And that's ball 1. Megan, in her first at bat, hit a little soft line drive to Karen Potts at shortstop. Petit's hitting .449 on the year. Looks at ball 2. Counts now 3-0. Nobody has more hits on the team this year for the Lions than Megan Petit. She's got 57. And I can say this as a fact, nobody on the field today in this current game has more hits than Megan Petit. Because the leading hitter for the Spartans, Potts, has 54. Miskey, with Petit swinging on 3-0, gets the fastball Beyer. Petit swinging for the fences. She's got 4 home runs, so that would have been her 5th if she would have connected. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Tries to surprise everybody. Russo to Kai Gross, and that's an easy out. Did not fool the junior Russo or the senior Gross. How about Miskey? Wasn't close on her first 3 pitches, battles back and gets the out. That brings the 3-hole hitter, Jocelyn McNanny, to the plate. McNanny struck out swinging in her first at bat. McNanny was the beginning of what would be 6 strikeouts and 7 batters for Lexi Miskey. Lexi wants to know where that pitch was. She's asking you, Fast Eddie, and you say it was low. Fast Eddie, from his perch here in the press box, that's about maybe 15 feet above the field and another 20 yards behind it, says that pitch was low. This is Potts, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Spartans are up 4. It's 4-0. We're going to continue on for a second on the Fast Eddie theme. Eddie is the music police here today in the press box as well. You do not start music or end music until Fast Eddie tells you. Sports information director, color analyst, music police. I've heard on Instagram from baseball coach Matt Englander that you're quite popular with your food pictures, that you are a food picture like superstar. 1.5 million followers or something like that. Yeah. I got to get on, what's it called, Instagram? Is that a new thing, Fast Eddie? 10 years old. It's new for me. Well said, Eddie. It is new for me. This is Nyla Durham, the number 9 hitter. And that is strike 2. So in the circle for Penn State, Barron, is Abby Tingley. And so far in the game, Tingley has given up 4 runs on 6 hits. She's struck out 1 and walked. Actually, she struck out 2 and walked 2, and that's going to be a pop-up that's mishandled by Emmy Curcio. So Durham's going to live to swing again. Fast Eddie, I've got Andrew Rossman, who does football games with me in the fall for the Spartans, just texted, and he said he never thought he'd hear a Keith Jackson impersonation during a softball game. Did Jackson ever do softball? I bet you some point in his illustrious career he called softball games. One of my favorites with Keith Jackson is when he used to do Ohio State games. He'd go, "Oh, on the banks of the old Ntanje." Otto, didn't you swim the old Ntanje once?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Was that when you were a student and maybe, had a little bit too much to, imbibe one night and you swam the old Ntanje? We're not going to go there, Otto Penica says. In the meantime, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Durham fouls it off again. Looking forward to working with Andrew Rossman again next fall as Coach Debelak gets his football team ready. Eddie, what's the Vegas odds, the early Vegas odds on the Spartan football team next fall? Durham, line drive, center field, and brought in nicely by Sierra Williams.
Now batting, number 12, Karen Potts.
Potts is up next, the leadoff hitter. TJ, what'd you say about the football team next fall? Did you say looking real good? Real good. Real good. Okay. We'll text Coach Debs and say the pressure's on. The entire press box, the Glenn Nichols press box, says the pressure's on. One-0 pitch to Potts, fly ball, left field, chasing to the warning track, and dropped. Boy, the wind is blowing around out there a little bit, and Megan Petit couldn't finish the catch. So Potts is standing on at second base. And I'll wait for Fast Eddie's call. He's still thinking about it. Fast Eddie's going to take a look at the video replay. Here's a trivia question for the press box. What coach at Case Western Reserve uses video replay more than any other coach? The people who know are chuckling right now.
Now batting, number 20, Stevie
It's
Rieger.
Todd McGinnis, the men's basketball coach, who, by the way, has had his NCAA or his team in the NCAA tournament the last 3 years in a row. Todd loves that video replay. The officials aren't a big fan of Todd and his love for the video replay. So, Eddie, what is it? Base hit or an error? What? Okay. Fast Eddie's give it a hit. It's the home scorer. Fly ball left field. Stevie Rieger. This one's going to be caught. And that's the second out of the inning.
The other one was further deep on the track. Yeah, that was on the warning
Number
track.
17, Kylie.
So Eddie right now is defending his official call like a doctoral student has to defend their dissertation. Fast Eddie, you're in a master's degree program right now, aren't you? Ground ball, shortstop, or third base rather. Curcio with a nice play. So Emmy Curcio ends the inning off one knee. We head to the top of the fifth. It's 4-0 Spartans.
Posey's pitching.
Do you plan to play college sports? Visit ncaa.org/playcollegesports to learn more about NCAA eligibility requirements.
Turn around.
Oh, turn around, burn around. That's a song.
Off the bat, I thought that was
So Matt, who was the very successful coach? Maybe he's still there at Kent State baseball. Like say 20 years
I
ago.
see Josie thinks we got this game wrapped up because they're throwing their second pitcher now.
I think it was Paul. He was the official scorer for the Indians. And Hargrove
Still alive.
So a pitching change now in the circle for the
Pitching for Case Western
Spartans is
number 26, Kylie Posey.
the yin to Lexi Miskey's yang. It's Kylie Hosey. They are a dynamic duo. Hosey's all about change of speed, change of location, changing the hitter's eye level. Her best pitch is that changeup.
Now batting for Penn
That's a
State
fastball for
number
ball one.
23, Sierra Williams.
Hosey on the year, 80 innings pitched. She's 13-1. So Penn State, Barron, has just got 4 solid innings of looking at heat from Lexi Miskey. And now they're going to get a complete change in Kylie Hosey. And that's a pop-up to Rieger. Sierra Williams flies out to left. That's the first out of the inning.
Number 10, Kayla Salvini.
Kayla Salvini's now at the plate. Salvini struck out swinging in her first at bat. So the book is finished or over for at least the afternoon on Lexi Miskey. Miskey went 4 innings. She struck out 6. She gave up 1 hit. That was to Sierra Williams to start the second, and walked just 1 batter. So 6 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk, and no runs in 4 innings for Lexi Miskey. My partner, Fast Eddie Karakis, is scratching his head right now because he's receiving some pushback on his official call last inning of the base hit to left field. Eddie's receiving it from NCAA officials who happen to be in the press box. Denny has left. And I bring it up as the Spartans work here in the top half of the 5th because it reminded me of a story back in the day of the great Indians teams in the 90s with Mike Hargrove as their manager, John Hart as the general manager, Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, Carlos Baerga, Jim Toley, Paul Sereno, Sandy Alomar. The official score for Indians games back then, Fast Eddie, was the Kent State baseball coach. And Kent State for years has been very successful. And he used to get so much grief, specifically from Albert Bell, on base hits or not base hits. So Fast Eddie, you're in good company. You can't be an official scorer without somebody throwing you some side eye every now and then.
Number 22, Julia Jones.
At least it's not Albert Bell threatening you. Right? He did have big muscles. You're right, Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie, are you saying that the NCAA official that's here doesn't have big muscles? He's eating a pizza right now. Denny, Fast Eddie said your muscles don't compare to Albert Bell's muscles. See, Albert Bell used to debate whether things were a base hit or not, and I was telling the story and we're comparing him to your debate, and Fast Eddie's not afraid of you is, I think, what he's saying. He's not, but he should be. So there's 1 on and 1 out for the Lions, and the count is now 2-0 on Julia Jones. That's a pitch right over the middle of the plate. Josie Henry. Kylie Hosey. Well, Josie Henry was a pitcher, too, and a pretty good one. Kylie Hosey has been outstanding this year. 2.28 earned run average. Opposing hitters are hitting just 239 against her. The 3-1 pitch. And it's outside for ball 4. So the Lions with a little bit going on here in the top of the 5th. 2 on, 1 out. Emmy Curcio will step into the batter's box. The entire infield for the Spartans in the circle right now. Plate umpire Jason Booth walking out. Time to go, ladies. This is Curcio. Emmy in her first at bat struck out swinging. Curcio was one of 6 strikeout victims to Lexi Miskey. Kylie Hosey would love to get a strikeout, or better yet, a double play. The pitch to Curcio is inside for strike 1. Spartans have had 2 double plays today. One in the first, one in the second. The one in the second was sensational. It was a strikeout throwout double play. Caitlin Lamb, the catcher, doing a great job getting it down to Karen Potts at second base. Ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Jagoda up throwing. And Kella's quick throw keeps the runners at second and third. So suddenly, a 4-0 lead doesn't look as comfortable. Now, nobody scored, but the Lions are feeling pretty good about their chances right now. At the plate, the number 8 hitter, Alexia Brown. Coach Henry wants a timeout. She's going to go talk about it. And when Coach Henry comes in the circle, the entire team joins her. Not just the infield, not just the catcher, the entire team. Always. Every time. So Brown, the sophomore catcher, in her first at bat, struck out looking. Brown on the year, hitting .233. She has 8 runs batted in 30 games. And maybe this is her time. The 0-1 pitch.
The ball.
That is strike 2. So here's the confidence test. And what I mean by that is I think Hosey's best pitch is her changeup. With the bases loaded, will she throw it here? She does, and it's outside. Now that's almost a purpose pitch that, it was too far outside to even be tempting, but she's not going to put anything over the plate. 1-2. Next pitch is off speed again, and it's high. Counts now full. The Lions dugout starting to get a little volume turned up. Bases loaded, counts full. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. Brown swung so hard on that one, she created a breeze that blew all the way up to the press box and blew my papers off the counter. Otto Penica saved me. We'll do it again. She laid off a tempting pitch, and the Lions with their first run. Coach Henry is going to come out, and she's got to make a change if she comes out. And she's gonna, and Miskie's coming back in the game. So Hosey's appearance is not yet official because there are still plenty of runners that she's responsible on the bases, but in just an odd appearance. Kylie is rock solid. I mean, she's a real good pitcher. It just was not her inning. She walked 3, gave up a hit, and got a pop-up for an out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pitching for Case Western Reserve, number 10, Lexi Miskey.
So Miskie's back in, and she inherits the bases full of Lions with 1 out. Well, it's obvious what Coach Henry was trying to do. I mean, tomorrow they play at 11 if they win today. Spartans are the number 1 seed. They'll face either the 2 or the 3, Calvin Dominican, whoever wins that game at 2 o'clock today. And I don't know this for a fact, but I'm thinking she's thinking with a 4-0 lead in the 4th, the way that they're going to score runs, she can maybe save Miskey a little bit for tomorrow. So that's changed. Lexi's back in.
No, you didn't get the win and the save. That's what it said.
This is Brittany Shaw, the number 9 hitter. So Shaw is 9, and after her, the top of the order for the Lions. This is a key out right here. Ground ball, that's going to be a base hit. Shaw turned over on one and hit it in the hole. That was about as perfectly placed a ground ball on the left side of the infield that you could hit.
2 runs.
It is now 4-2. And the Lions have the top of the order. Maria Jones is coming to the plate.
Now batting, number 7, Maria Jones.
Base is still full of players from Penn State Barron. 1 out.
Clear the count, add a hit.
Spartans have had 2 double plays so far.
Oh, 3, you're right. I'm sorry.
My, oh my, would they love their third right now. Miskey in the circle. Comes the first pitch to Jones. And that's a fly ball, and that's trouble. Rieger over her head, down the line and left. 2 runs will score. Game's tied on a double by Maria Jones. Curcio scored, Brown scored, Shaw's at third. Jones is now on at second with a 2-run double. And here comes the player of the year in the Allegheny Mountain Conference. Standing at the plate, it's Megan Petit. Well, with Miskey in the game, obviously Jones and Petit have come to the plate with a plan, and that's swing early. There were bases loaded for Jones, and she figures that Miskey's going to come at her with a strike right away to get up in the count. She sat on it and hit a double down the left field line. Petit did the same thing, fouled it off. One pitch, that's heat. Miskey got to get a little amped up right now. Game's tied. Lions have scored 4 here in the 5th. And that's a huge, huge strikeout. Miskey gets Petit swinging. That was a battle against a pitcher of the year. Has she been named pitcher of the year yet, Miskey? Against player of the year. Opposite conferences, but that's what you pay the money to come see right there. 2 outs. High heat again. This is Jocelyn McNanny, the number 3 hitter. McNanny 0 for 2. Fouled back. Miskey trying to end it right now. How dramatic is this at bat right now? Game's tied at 4. Number 3 hitter at the plate. Top pitcher on the mound. Lions a hit away from taking a 2-run lead. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Penn State Barron, after being listless, I mean, there was no energy for 4 innings, has an opportunity to score 6 runs here in the 5th. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the Lions. And there's strike 3 from Lexi Miskey. Deep breath. Time to exhale. Time to get some hits and score some runs if you're a Spartan. The Lions have tied this thing up. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So suddenly we're right back where we started. In a tie game. It's not 0-0, it's 4-4. Barry rolls over, ground ball to short. And across the diamond, Salvini to her first baseman for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 11, Bella Russo.
Bella Russo at the plate. Russo 0 for 1 rather today. She's got a walk and a strikeout. Spartans looking to get a spark right now. Trying to answer that 4 spot that the Lions put on the board in the 5th inning. They just like to answer it with a run. Russo, the junior first baseman, one of the leaders on this softball team. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It seems like it seems like she's a 5th-year senior to me. She has just been consistently around and always dependable. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bella Russo almost just outside the bag at first base. Russo, line drive, center field, straight away, and making it look easy was Sierra Williams. I say making it look easy because if you've ever played center and you've had a ball hit right at you, not exactly the most easy ball to judge. Williams made that one look like it was just another fly ball. 2 outs. Nutter, third base. Bang, bang. 5-3 across the diamond. Curcio to McNanny. And we head to the top of the 6th in a 4-4 game. So the Lions of Penn State Baird, who came into this game on an 18-game winning streak, were down 4-0 as they came to bat last inning. And now as they bat here in the top of the 6th, they have new life. 4 runs in the 4th inning or the 5th inning have tied the game at 4. That fifth inning, the Lions sent 9 hitters to the plate. 3 of the 9 walked, and 3 of them got base hits. Sierra Williams, who's at the plate now, led off the 5th inning. She leads off the 6th. The 1-1 pitch from Miskey. Miskey ended the inning with back-to-back strikeouts of the number 2 and number 3 hitters in the Lions lineup. This is the cleanup hitter, Williams. And that is strike 3. No, they're going to say she didn't go. With the 4th umpire standing to my left, who will be doing the plate in game 2. From my vantage point, that looked like a strike as he smiles. No comment. I'm 20 yards off the plate and about 15 feet above it. Count is now full. First hitter of the inning. And that's a pop-up, right field, and caught by Nyla Durham.
Now batting, number 10, Kayla Salvini.
Kayla Salvini, the senior shortstop, now at the plate. Kayla walked and scored a run in that 4-run 5th. She struck out swinging in her first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Miskey with 8 strikeouts in the game. This is her 2nd appearance in the game. She pitched the first 4. Kylie Hosey came in to start the 5th. Ran into trouble, and Miskey finished it. This is Gross over to Russo, and there are 2 outs in the inning. Kai Gross is a senior. For 3 years, she anchored the infield from the other side, shortstop. Solid shortstop, great hitter, unsaid. Spartans get Karen Potts, this first-year superstar athlete who's got a rocket attached to her right shoulder and range. And Kai Gross moved to second base. And I think if you ask Kai, her goal is to be an All-American at second base this her senior year. It's a great example of, she's replacing an All-American at second base. It's a great example of trying to do what's best for the team, and that's a strike from Miskey. I have a lot of respect for what Kai Gross has done this year. She made that move, and again, that was her spot, shortstop. But she made the move to second, didn't pout about it, and is just leading the team in nearly every offensive category. That's going to be a base hit to right field. Durham with a play, and it's overthrown, backed up by Miskey. Boy, Nyla for a moment thought she might be able to get Julia Jones. But Jones is on with a base hit to right field. And Emmy Curcio is at the plate now with 2 outs. Curcio had a big base hit last inning. Base hit to center, scored one of the 4. And that is strike 2. swinging and looking. Curcio's down 0-2 in the count. Miskey looking for her 9th strikeout. Looking like she's ready to run as Jones at first base. She will not. And Curcio fouls it off. Change up, third base, Bisberry, one hop over to Russo, and the Spartans head to the bottom of the 6th. They need a run. More than one would be just fine. We'll be back. So the Spartans this inning will send their 7, 8, and 9 batters to the plate. And if you're in their dugout, you hope they get to the top of the order 2 in this inning. Caitlin Lamb's going to lead it off. The junior catcher 1 for 2 today. She had a 2-out base hit that scored 2 in the first inning. Lamb has been rock solid behind the plate this year, all year, for Josie Henry. Coach Henry would love it if her catcher would start this inning off with a base hit. 2-1 pitch, outside for ball 3. Spartans with 4 runs. They scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second. They took a 4-0 lead into the top of the 5th, and the Lions put 4 on the board. That's where we're at here in the bottom of the 6th. Lamb back to Curcio, and that's the first out of the inning. Caitlin got jammed and hit a soft line drive to the third baseman. So here's the senior, hitting on the left side. And on the outside part of the plate is strike 1. Jagoda on the day, 0 for 2. She had a base hit in her last at bat, but was called out for being out of the box when she ran up and tapped it towards third base. Two balls and a strike to Jagoda. If you're wondering, the Lions next inning will send their 8, 9, and then top of the order to the plate. Jagoda with a base hit, maybe to right field, and Kella legs it down the line and gets there. So Jagoda's on.
33, Nyla Durham.
Nyla Durham's at the plate. Will Durham drop a bunt? Now, it's a good question because, that you're giving up an out, and that makes 2 outs. But it gets you to the top of the order with a runner in scoring position. So we'll see. And Coach Henry's going to let her swing, at least on the first pitch. Jagoda on the year has 15 stolen bases in 20 attempts. Second pitch, Durham hits it towards second. Everybody's safe. A little backhand shuffle from the second baseman didn't work out. That is an error on the second baseman.
Number 12, Karen Potts.
Maria Jones is charged with an error, and that may have opened the door. We'll see. Spartan hitters are left of the plate. Lions defenders are in the circle. Both teams with their head coaches. Tie game, 6th inning, Game 1, NCAA Regional. This is a key moment. There have been more than a handful of key moments in the last 2 innings. So Jagoda's going to sprint back out to second. Durham's going to go to first, and stepping to the plate. Stepping to the plate is a candidate for Player of the Year. UAA Rookie of the Year, for sure. And the first pitch to Karen Potts is outside for ball 1. Left side of the infield's in. Shortstop is at almost baseline depth. Potts fly ball, center field, chasing back to the wall, gone! How about that? Karen Potts in a tie game just hit a 3-run home run. Wow. that was no doubt about it. Fast Eddie Karakas, that ball got out in a hurry. Rieger, line drive, right field. Stevie rounds and holds at first base. Well, I tell you what, Rieger didn't waste any time. First pitch, another knock. And the Lions are going to make a pitching change. What an effort today by Abby Tingley, though. She was real good. Tingley's coming out. Kayla Lindberg will come in. So here's the situation that Ashley Gruber had talked to me about pregame when I asked her about her 2 pitchers. I said, is one that throws a lot of heat, the other with a bunch of, slow stuff? And she says no. She said they are very much, there's not a clear difference between either one. She said they are very much 2 number 1s for me, and that's a luxury if you're a coach to have 2 number 1s. So this is Lindbergh. She's appeared in now her 16th game. Tingley was in her 19th game. Lindbergh's earned run average below 2, 1.91. This will be her 118th inning, and Tingley had thrown 125, so they are clearly 2 number 1s. Now, Lindbergh's got more strikeouts, 101, 11 more than her teammate. She'll come into a situation with a runner at first and 1 out. And she'll face the number 3 hitter in the Spartan lineup in senior Kai Gross. First pitch to Gross is outside for ball one. Rieger can steal a base. In 24 attempts, she's been safe 22 times. And it's even now, 1 ball, 1 strike to Kai Gross. Kai on the day has 2 hits and 3 at-bats. Single, scored a run in the first, hit a triple in her next at-bat, and drove in a run. Rieger was running on that pitch. And then she grounded out. Gross did to third base in her last at-bat in the 4th inning. We're now in the 6th with the Spartans up 3. There goes Rieger again, and everybody's going to be safe. It's a base hit off the glove of Lindbergh, the pitcher.
Now batting, number 6 is Barry.
Bisberry now to the plate. Barry, the number 4 hitter, the sophomore third baseman, and that's strike 1. Spartans watched the 4-run lead disappear in the 5th inning. Lions scored 4 times to open the 5th. And as Barry swings at strike 2, Karen Potts changed everything here, though, in the bottom of the 6th. Potts hit a 3-run home run. And it just may carry her team all the way to tomorrow's 11 o'clock matchup. We'll see, though. Lions got 1 more crack at it in the 7th. Lindbergh's working quickly in the circle. And that's a strike. That's a punch out. And the delayed steal heading to third. Everybody forgot about Stevie Rieger. So Rieger's a pass ball away from another run. So that's heads up by Stevie Rieger. 2 outs in the inning. Rieger's on at third. Gross will steal second. And that's catcher's indifference, actually. They were letting Kai go no matter what. And here's Russo. Gapper, left center. Dive! What a catch! Whoa! How did Megan Petit get to that softball? That saved 2 runs and gave her team a chance. We head to the top of the 7th. Spartans up 7-4.
Game day, the D3-way is focused on improving the behavior and decorum of all fans at athletic events around the country and ensuring that Division III students.
Wow.
What was that? That line drive was coming
In
back
the
to
program,
Wichita.
Division III institutions will be. Alexia Brown.
So here we go, top of the 7th. Spartans 3 outs away from a win in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. And Miskie's first pitch to Alexia Brown is on the outside corner for a strike. Brown on the day 0 for 1. Caught looking in her first at bat, took a walk in her second. Karen Potts' 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th broke a 4-4 tie. And Miskey up 0-2 hit Brown. So Shaw is now up, Brittany, and then it's the top of the order. And the top of the order for the Lions is filled with first-team all-conference players. Player of the year. Let's pick your poison when you get to the top of that Lion order. Who do you want to throw to? Well, Brittany Shaw is up to get on any way she possibly can. And if you're the Spartans, outs are important. That runner at first base means absolutely nothing. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. So Shaw at the plate. Miskey in the circle. Here comes the pitch. That is fouled right over our head. Otto, did you park on the street? Yeah. The reason I asked if Otto parked on the street because that ball had a radar on somebody's car. And that is strike 3. Speaking of radar, Miskey was perfect on Caitlin Lamb's target. So Shaw is out looking. Brown is at first with 1 out, and Maria Jones steps to the plate. The last time Jones came to the plate against Miskey, she was sitting on a first pitch, hit a double down the left field line that scored 2 runs. And Miskey starts her off with a changeup. So Lexi said, if you're going to sit on my heater, I'm going to throw you something off speed. There's the heater. Jones working her left shoulder. She looks in pain, or at least uncomfortable. That Miskey fastball had a little rise to it, so I don't know if going up to get it, she did something to that left shoulder, but she's working it out. It's hard to catch up to a Lexi Miskey rise ball. I mean, it's really hard to get on top of that pitch. So Jones is back in the box. Counts even at 1. There's 1 out with 1 on. Lamb and Russo trying to catch Shaw, or Brown rather, off guard. The players from Calvin are here. The players from Dominican are here. That matchup is next. Miskey's next pitch, and the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spartans need 2 outs. Lexi Miskey trying to get her 21st win on the year. Her team trying to get their 35th. And that is strike 3. That is a awesome changeup that just absolutely fooled Maria Jones. Miskey with 10 strikeouts. Petit, the number 2 hitter, now at the plate. And I don't frankly know what in the world Brown, the runner's doing down there at first base with a extra lead, because her run means absolutely nothing. But if she gets picked off, that ends the game. So Fast Eddie, if I'm her coach, I'm saying, what are you doing? Just saying. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Miskey to Petit, here it comes. And Lexi Miskey is 1 strike away from not only her 11th strikeout, but wrapping up this game. And there it is. Finish the game with back-to-back changeups. She's got a smile on her face, and the Spartans take an exhale. 7-4. Case Western Reserve, the number 1 seed, the 7th-ranked team in the nation. They move on to the second round in the Cleveland Regional. Game 2 tomorrow at 11. They will play the winner of the next game, Calvin and Dominican. 7-4, Spartans. Penn State Barron lives to play another day. They'll play tomorrow, too. They'll try to work their way out of the loser's bracket. We'll be back with Calvin and Dominican in 45 minutes.